Well, hello there, YouTube. And welcome to Sunday, the 13th of June. I don't know if you can see that through there, but Kai Kai's out there standing in the rain. She's such a knothead. She always does that. But this is where our day has been. Just pouring down rain. So, as you can see, the lawn didn't get cut. So, I thought I'd be ambitious after we said the goodbye last night. Told Kelly, I said, man, I got 2.5 hours before sunset. I'm going to get this lawn done. And there was supposed to be rain at about 8. Well, it was about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so after we said the goodbye. I got the bike in, parked it, and I sit down at my desk, and here comes Sasha and Annie running in. I'm going, why'd you let them in early? Kelly goes, it's sprinkling out there. Well, I was getting ready to come out and mow the lawn. That was the end of that. Yeah, buddy. Just been a nasty one out here today. Holy moly. This is what all that mud water from all the log trucks around here does. Nice thing is with that Flowgenics, it just literally, you spray it and it comes off. Well, just look at the front of the car. All that rain we drove in, nothing. Literally nothing. Anywhere. The whole car is just completely clean. It's just where it swirls and sticks. The one thing that amazes me is when you're going down, the water's on the hood as it's pouring down rain, and then the rain stops, you have a dry spot, and all of a sudden you look and the hood's completely dry. It just goes, it just rinses it off. Should probably order some more of that. I ordered a 2-bottle kit when I got what I have. I think there was a sale or something on it if I got 2 bottles. I think I might get 2 bottles more. I also have something I've never even tried. It's called the Last Wax or something like that. Sounds like it's kind of the same thing. Maybe not as easy to apply if I remember right. I don't know. But anyway. So let's go look at the front brake caliper on the Road King. I don't ever remember that thing clicking like that before or after that rock came up and hit something. As I listened to that with my headphones, and it sounds like it just hit it came off the front wheel and hit the right engine guard. So I don't know. It's weird. After that, I noticed that every once in a while I grab the front brake and it'd click. And it sounded like a caliper puck's taking up slack or something. I don't know. And then we'll put the side stand on Kelly's Himalayan, seeing that Matisse in Germany's forgot about me. Got a very expensive lowering links. Alright. Do yourself a huge favor. Go big on your... I can tell I've been cleaning stuff here lately. But, yeah, don't scrimp on quality microfibers. The chemical guys got a 12-pack of those things. One will do what about 3 of the other ones will do. Also, vrich 3733, I think I'm saying your username correctly. He's been a subscriber for eons and commenter. He sent me a link. The links get captured in a my not spam filter, but likely whatever. It's a held for review, they call it now. Anyway, he sent me a link about this not being compatible with gasoline. Ethanol and methanol fuel capable. Doesn't say anything about not using it for gasoline, but he sent a link. Actually, it's an Amazon link where it specifically states not for gasoline. So if it has a black top on it, it's not for gasoline. Thank goodness I did not use it. So thank you very much for that link. Man, so I'll be going back tomorrow. Somebody had mentioned that before, and I was told that we wouldn't sell something like that because we don't deal with those chemicals here. Well, I think there's 5 or 6 of those things sitting on the shelf. So, and we do have the red top ones. This one had a longer tube or something like that. That's why I picked it. So anyway, we'll swap that thing out. Man, I'm glad that thing didn't fit in that tank, or it'd have been a mess. Because I guess it destroys the electrical components in it if you push gasoline through it. But yet, what does the picture show? That wouldn't go into a normal family car. Misleading. Sitting here inspecting this, there's nothing wrong with anything. No pads are kicked loose. Nothing is loose. The little float bushings for the disc, nothing's loose there. They'll creak and pop as they start to get wore out, but kind of hard to be wore out at this low mileage, you know. So I think the rock kicked up and hit of course I don't see any sign of anything, but listening to it on the video, it sounded like a distinct hit the engine guard sound, and that would make more sense. Something flipping off the front wheel going across some big old bouldery type rocks. But nothing's damaged. There's no dings anywhere. I don't know. I mean, the pads are in nice and tight. Nothing's loose. I have no idea. I'll back the caliper bolts off and retorque them to specs. Maybe it's just something there. I don't know. But like a couple, 3 times I heard that thing click. And I don't know. Kind of weird. Maybe it was always there and I just noticed it after the rock went up. Went ding. So I wonder how many times I've polished the piece of shipping plastic that was still on that. Look how clean she is now. Oh my Lord. I'm looking, I'm going, what is that crazy stain? It was where it was folding in one of the corners. It's got holes around the rivet, so, or actually they manually screw in, which is kind of cool on those. How about that? What a meathead. So this is Kelly's bike with me holding it and the suspension fully topped out. You can see how much of a lean it's got. Well, just under the bike's own weight and the side stand touching. This was no weight put on it whatsoever. That's how much of a lean it has. Now that would be fine if that's all it ever had. Still a little too straight up and down for my liking. But watch, when I put the slightest amount of weight on it, it's almost straight up and down. So when you have that light of a lean on your side stand, gust of wind, whatever, send her right over. And I can imagine you get a lot of stuff in them bags. And that could be a problem. Therefore, you put an adjustable stand on it. Especially considering we're about to lower this thing by 1.6 something inches, 40 millimeters. 1.63, something like that. That's going to drop her a bit. That is assuming it ever, and I do mean ever, shows up. This will be the first time using my metric swivel-headed ratchet wrenches. You know, you'd think before they put them in the box, they could at least wipe them off. Looks like kids been mangling them. So I'm kind of curious to see if there's a collar. There's got to be a collar. That thing can't ride on that bolt. And the thing's very well greased. You can even hear it. But I'm going to knock the shifter off, flip that out of the way to gain better access to everything. I'll probably do it without it, but let's just make it easier on ourselves. It's just one 10 millimeter bolt. Major flaw, major fail, right out of the gate. Do you notice that this is a collared bolt? And the collar fits the pivot point of the stand? You notice what's not here? You know what that's gonna do? It's just gonna flop around in that big hole. Fail. Won't work. So I just loosely fit it on here. You can see where it stopped before for the switch. Well, that switch, about the time this thing stops, that switch is collapsed. And if I mount this in those mounting holes, the mounting holes, that thing will crush that switch. It'll collapse it. It will be using the side stand switch as a stopper. Needless to say, that's not going to last very long. That's exactly what it'll do. Now watch. Okay, there's it's bottoming out the switch. That switch is bottomed out. So look how much more movement there is in the stand. When that stands up, the switch will be the stopper for the side stand. So all the weight, there you go, there's a good example of what it's gonna do. It's using the side stand switch as part of the stopper. Plus it's making the stand lean farther forward, that's not the end of the world. But it'll take that side stand switch out in no time. All right, so me, typically, as usual, overthinking things. So I went back to the website, and it shows that it fits 18 through 20. And you guys here in the U.S. looking up stuff for your 21 Himalayan, find a shocking few. In fact, if you put 21, it says, but that part's not even available for it. You put in a 20 and it shows up. So generally speaking, that's my shoes. That's not me. That sounded like something else. But anyway, the 20 and 21s are typically Euro 5. Everything so far, everything that fits a 20 fits a 21. Now that's for here in the United States. I know that in India and maybe in some other places, there is a new 21 model that has a bunch of different things. And subtle things, but big enough difference. The framing and all kinds of stuff is different on it. Seat, the rear rack. But anyway, so on their site, it says through 20. So again, it doesn't even list 21. So I went to their link to Royal Enfield hard parts, and it shows that the 20 comes with, it's different. They explain on the website that it's different, but it says the 20 stand, but if you read carefully, it shows that it uses the collar, which EU4, I guess, essentially models use a solid bolt. So I'm going, so why does he show 2020? So I guess in 2020, there was a split in Europe where some were EU4 and the others are EU5. I don't know the exact details, but it does show, the solid bolt stand and this stand. And there's a note saying that, I think they're saying EU5 or whatever. Late EU4s and EU5s now use the collar. Well, that's my shoe again, I promise you. I'm sitting here Indian style here with my little Keds or whatever you call those things, Vants or something. Anyway, so there was a note on there. I just looked at the stand. It said the 20 and 21 because the parts card is there on the 21. It's all showing the same part numbers, so I didn't think nothing of it. And I didn't even see the note about the collared one. Where it caught me is I went flipping through the pictures that are on there, and one of those pictures shows 3 stands, and one of the stands is where it clearly notes that one has a collar and the other one doesn't, and that this stand doesn't work with the one on the collar. So I looked at the harder stuff, the actual hard parts, instead of flipping through pictures. It's in the pictures. So anyway, it's not the end of the world. This is 10 millimeters. The threads are 8. This is 10. The easiest thing to do, unless I can find a collar or something at work, but it's going to be kind of tricky to find a collar that's 1 millimeter thick because it needs to fit over the 8mm and then have a 10mm OD. The easiest way, as far as I see it, is to drill that first section out to 10mm. And I think ultimately that's what I'm going to do. That'd be the easiest thing. The other thing I noticed is there's only with this thing bottomed out, there's only a 13mm difference between this stand and that stand. So it's not gaining me any shortness. But this collar is bottoming out against the weld. I can just trim that back and get more length or shortness out of the stand. So, oh, and the dirty tools, it was a protective coating on them all. I wiped them all off and made them shiny. All right. So that's that for that. No stand today. But it's fixable. It's very fixable. Read every little detail. Well, hello there, YouTube. Yep, we're standing on the porch because it's pouring down rain out there.
It is wet.
It has not stopped all day. I think there was one time it stopped for a little bit, and it got bright for a little bit, and I thought,
yeah.
what could this turn into? And then I looked outside and everything's wet. It was just a stopper for a moment there.
You'd think it would run out of water.
You'd think so. Got summer coming here next week, and I think winter's coming back. Somebody got confused. The bad thing about that, winter will be here sooner than you think.
I know it. It's going to be around the corner.
Yeah. Anyway, kind of a bummer about Kelly's side stand. Now the lowering link, and I don't know.
We never do anything easy.
No.
No.
Especially when it comes to anything aftermarket, you're asking for it.
You got to work at
it. But sometimes you got to do things you have no choice.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's a choice with the side stand. You can hack it and re-weld it. And Ryan can weld real good. I was just trying to do something fancy and quick.
Yeah.
It costs way more. It costs a whole lot less to cut that thing and shorten it up and have Ryan weld it.
Yeah.
He's got all that welding stuff. Anyway, on a dreary Sunday, I think we're going to bounce out on you.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Monday or Tuesday.
Heck yeah. That Monday's coming around again that quick.
I know it.
You have a phenomenal day like yesterday. You had to pay for it somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Because yesterday was amazing.
Yeah. Ended off kind of cloudy and rain before I could get the lawn done, but that's all right.
Yeah, most part of the day was good.
Yeah, it was. Really nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we'll see you in the morning.
See you then.
All right. Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.